The average new car in America now costs over $48,000, and most of them will be rusting in a junkyard before they hit 150,000 miles. But there are 5 cars you can buy right now, some for under $8,000, that will still be running strong when your neighbor is making payments on his 3rd new car. Nobody talks about these. Nobody brags about owning one. And that's exactly why you should be paying attention. We went through the iSeeCars high-mileage vehicle data, Consumer Reports owner satisfaction surveys, and years of real-world ownership reports to build this list. These aren't exciting cars. They won't turn heads at a stoplight. But if what you actually want is a vehicle that costs almost nothing to own and refuses to die, every single one of these deserves your serious attention. Hit subscribe if you're new here. We do this every week, honest, unsponsored breakdowns that save you real money. Now let's get into it. 5. Toyota Corolla. Let's start with the one everyone knows about, but almost nobody under 40 actually considers buying. The Toyota Corolla has been the best-selling car on planet Earth for decades, and it earned that title the hard way. According to iSeeCars, the Corolla ranks consistently in the top 5 vehicles most likely to reach 200,000 miles. Its 1.8-liter naturally aspirated engine is about as mechanically simple as a modern car gets, and simple means cheap to fix, cheap to maintain, and hard to kill. You can find clean, low-mileage used Corollas in the $7,000 to $12,000 range all day long. RepairPal puts the average annual repair cost at just $362, one of the lowest figures of any car in any segment, anywhere. The pro? You could hand this car to the most neglectful driver you know, and it would still outlast most vehicles treated with full dealer care. The caveat? It's not going to inspire you. The driving experience is functional, not exciting. But you're not buying a Corolla for excitement. You're buying it because in 12 years you want to still be driving it. While everyone else is chasing horsepower and touchscreens, the Corolla is quietly building a 300,000-mile resume. 4. Honda Accord, V6, pre-2017. Most people shopping used Hondas go straight for the Civic. That's a mistake, because the Accord gives you substantially more car for almost the same price. Specifically, the 3.5-liter V6 Accord from the 2008 to 2017 generation is one of the most underrated used car purchases available right now. J.D. Power awarded these models above-average dependability ratings across the board, and the V6 paired with Honda's 6-speed automatic is a combination with an outstanding long-term track record. Finding an example with under 100,000 miles for $9,000 to $13,000 is still very possible in most markets. Owner reports on Accord forums are loaded with 250,000 and 300,000-mile stories from people who did nothing extraordinary, just oil changes, tire rotations, and the occasional brake job. The pro? You get a genuinely spacious, comfortable, well-equipped car that handles well and drives with real confidence, at a used price that is almost offensive given what you're getting. The caveat? Skip the 4-cylinder automatic in this generation. The V6 is the one with the bulletproof reputation. The 4-cylinder CVT models didn't earn the same longevity credentials. The Accord V6 is what happens when Honda engineers stop playing it safe and just build something properly. Number 3. Lexus ES300H. Here's where people start raising an eyebrow. A Lexus. On a dirt cheap list? Stay with me. The Lexus ES300H is a hybrid sedan that you can now find in the used market, 2013 to 2018 models, for between $14,000 and $20,000. That sounds like more money than the others on this list, but here's what makes it remarkable. This car's hybrid system is derived from the same technology Toyota has been running in the Prius since the early 2000s. It is one of the most proven, most reliable hybrid powertrains ever put in a production vehicle. Consumer Reports gave the ES300H some of the highest reliability scores it has ever awarded a luxury vehicle. And because the hybrid system does a significant portion of the braking through regenerative braking, brake pads on these cars last an almost absurd amount of time, often 100,000 miles or more. The pro? You're getting a genuinely luxurious interior. Real leather, whisper quiet ride, premium everything, at a fraction of what it cost new. Plus, fuel economy that regularly returns 38 to 40 mpg in real-world driving. The caveat? Some buyers worry about hybrid battery replacement costs. On the ES300H, Toyota-sourced battery packs have routinely lasted 200,000 miles without replacement, and aftermarket options have dropped significantly in price if you ever do need one. If your goal is maximum car for minimum long-term cost, the ES300H is one of the smartest buys in the entire used market right now. We still have 2 cars left, and number 1 is so undervalued right now that people who know about it are actively buying them up before everyone else catches on. Don't go anywhere. 2. Mazda 3, 2014-2018. While most people were busy overlooking Mazda, Mazda was busy building one of the most reliable small cars ever made. The 2014 to 2018 Mazda 3 with the 2.5-liter naturally aspirated engine earns reliability scores that genuinely compete with Toyota and Honda, and almost nobody talks about it. Consumer Reports awarded these models top marks in predicted reliability, and J.D. Power's Vehicle Dependability Study placed Mazda as a brand above industry average for years running. You can find clean examples right now for $9,000 to $14,000. What separates the Mazda 3 from the Corolla and the Civic is that it actually wants to be driven. The steering has real weight and feedback. The chassis feels planted and alive. You're not sacrificing the experience to get the reliability. You're getting both. The Pro? It drives like a car that costs significantly more than it does. It holds together like a tank, and running costs are genuinely minimal. Parts are inexpensive and widely available. The caveat? Mazda's dealer network is smaller than Toyota's or Honda's, which can occasionally complicate service in less populated areas, and the back seat in the sedan is tighter than rivals. While everyone else dismissed Mazda as the also-ran, the reliability data quietly told a completely different story. Number 1. Toyota Camry, 4-cylinder, 2012-2017. And here it is. The one that gets laughed at in car enthusiast circles. The one that gets called boring, invisible, and forgettable. The one that will absolutely, positively outlast almost every other vehicle you could buy. The Toyota Camry, specifically the 2012 to 2017 generation with the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, is the single most statistically reliable used car available in the American market today. iSeeCars data found the Camry to be one of the top 2 vehicles most likely to reach 200,000 miles across all segments. Its 2AR-FE engine is legendarily simple, legendarily robust, and legendarily cheap to maintain. You can find pristine examples in the $8,000 to $14,000 range with real ownership histories. RepairPal puts average annual repair costs at under $390. That's not just low for a car its size, that's low for any vehicle category, period. And because millions of these were sold, parts availability is essentially unlimited, and labor costs are minimal at any independent shop. The Pro? Nothing complicated, nothing fragile, nothing that breaks without warning. Just a well-engineered, thoroughly tested powertrain that has been proven across hundreds of millions of real-world miles globally. The caveat? Honest answer. There isn't a meaningful one at this price point. The V6 Camry has had some oil consumption complaints in certain years. Stick to the 4-cylinder and that concern disappears entirely. The Camry doesn't ask for your approval. It just keeps running. 5 cars, all proven by real data, real owners, and real miles. Any one of them will give you a decade or more of dependable, low-cost transportation while saving you tens of thousands of dollars compared to buying new. The smartest car purchase isn't always the newest one. Sometimes it's the one everyone else overlooked. So here's my question for you. Do you own any of these right now, and how many miles are on it? Drop your number in the comments. I want to see how high this community can go. If this video helped you think differently about used cars, subscribe and hit the bell. We're here every week with no sponsors and no agenda, just the truth. And next up, we're covering the 5 used cars that look like a bargain but will absolutely drain your bank account. You'll want to see that one before you make any buying decisions. See you there.